not a non-shooting foul, so the Lady Cardinals will inbound from underneath. We have new players checking in for the Lady Cardinals. Marquisa McMillan is in, along with Michelle Thomas, number 10, and number 34, Marquisa McMillan, checks into the game. Lady Cardinal control underneath. Feed the ball inside to Dunn. She flashes it back outside to McMillan. She misses. Dunn on the rebound. She misses. Lady Cardinals started missing those point-blank range shots now, Jason.
Yeah, they just had a little bit of a hard time there. They got off to that hot start, and, of course, right now it's just a shootout.
And now we have a foul on the Lady Cardinals. I believe that's going to be Carlita Green called with her first personal foul. It will be a shooting foul. Yeah, they're going to be shooting 2. Kelsey Bardsley is going to be at the line for the Phillies. Lady Cardinals up 11-7. 16 minutes left in the first half. And the first one is up, and it is good. Got a nice Saturday afternoon crowd here at Cardinal Gym. Of course, we're missing the Cardettes and the Cardinal Regiment. They have been participating in the Adolphus Christmas Parade in Dallas this morning. She hits both free throws. We're now at 11-9. It's a 2-point game. Phillies pressuring in the backcourt. Thomas controlling the ball for the Lady Cardinals. Over to McMillan. Green on the drive, dishes back out to McMillan. She puts up the 3, and it is no good. Rebound is controlled by Hearn for the Phillies. Phillies pushing the ball to the offensive end, looking to get a tie. You have to guard the Phillies because they're very good at three-point shooting. They always have been since Tracy Stellado's tenure at Panola College. There's a 2-pointer that is missed. Sherilyn Reed tried to get the bucket to fall, would not. The Lady Cardinals are back in control of the basketball.
TCC is just dominating on the boards right now, Benny. They're doing a good job, and especially on the offensive boards. Now they just have to finish.
Pass underneath from McMillan to Dunn. She puts it up, and she is rejected, but there's going to be a foul called. I believe they're going to get Jacqueline Hearn with the foul. It will be a shooting foul. Yes, the foul is on Jacqueline Hearn, and that will send Leisha Dunn to the line. Dunn is a 6'4" freshman out of Toronto, Canada. First one is up, and it is off the iron and no good as Alicia Mitchum checks into the game for the Phillies. Mitchum comes into the game averaging 14.7 points and 10.1 rebounds. So she's definitely one of the Phillies' top players early on in the season for Tracy Stellato. Dunn with the second free throw attempt. And she misses both, but the Lady Cardinals control. Carlita Green hustles the rebound. The ball is back to Green. Takes a dribble inside to Dunn. Dunn on the turnaround, and she is partially blocked, but there's McMillan getting the rebound. Setting the ball back out to the top to Thomas. And we have a 3-second violation on the Lady Cardinals, and that will be a turnover. And we're still at 11-9. How many turnovers do the Lady Cardinals have? Was that their first?
Yeah, that's their first of the game, Benny. That's right.
Lady Cardinals going to apply a little token pressure in the backcourt. Now they drop back. Green working against Bardsley. Bardsley over to Mitchum. Alexander passes off to Bardsley. Bardsley on the drive and scoop and misses, and Gloria Brown is there for the rebound. Very few rebounds that Gloria Brown doesn't get for the Lady Cardinals when she's on her game. McMillan with the 3. It's up and it's good. Jason, she has an unorthodox looking shot, but she shoots a pretty high percentage from out there.
She sure does. She's something else. One of the biggest girls on the court as far as just height, and she can certainly knock them down. And you're right, unorthodox, but she gets them in there.
Phillies back in control of the basketball at the top of the key. 3-point attempt is no good by Sherilyn Reed, and the Lady Cardinals rebound, and they're on the attack again. That's Thomas on the dribble. Over to White. She shoots a 3, and it's good. Michelle White from the corner gets the 3, and the Lady Cardinals suddenly have a 17-9 lead. Phillies work the ball down low. It's blocked by Gloria Brown, and then the ball goes off of Gloria Brown. So the Phillies will maintain possession underneath as Tawana Lee checks back in for the Lady Cardinals, number 22. You have Jurley Ova, 14, checking in for the Phillies. I believe this is her first game action.
One of the things we're noticing here early, Benny, is second chance opportunities. Not many of them for Panola right now.
And there's a turnover. That's an unforced error there. Not much pressure, and she threw it away. That's the third turnover for the Phillies, and you certainly don't want to try to come into Cardinal Gym as teams have found in the past and turn the ball over, because even back when Joe Curl was here, then Kurt Butke, and then Michael Landers, the Lady Cardinals will eat you up if you turn the ball over. And there's a pass underneath to Gloria Brown, up and under, reverse. She's good. Well, Gloria Brown is just a smooth player. She transferred down from North Carolina State. She sat out last year, and she is just now getting her playing legs under her, and she is a force. McMillan with the rebound. Thomas pushing the ball for the Lady Cardinals. Dishes it out to Dukes. She drives the baseline. McMillan at the top for the three. No, she misses.
Already 7 points for McMillan. She's had a good night already.
Mitchum controlled the rebound for the Phillies. They're on the attack. Gurley-Ova puts it up and under from underneath and good, and she draws the foul. So potential three-point play now for the Phillies. Foul is on McMillan, number 34. That's going to put 14. Tatsiano Gurley-Ova at the line. One shot to complete a three-point play. We're at 19-11. Free throw is good. We're 19-12. Just under 13 minutes left in the first half. The Lady Cardinals back on the attack.
Those points by Panola stopped an 8-0 Trinity Valley run, baby.
Lady Cardinals looking to get the ball down low. They do to Brown. She puts it up and under, and no, sir, she traveled. That's going to be a turnover for the Lady Cardinals. They blew an opportunity there. That's the Lady Cardinals' second turnover on the game.
And she's going to get her points down there, Benny. Obviously, she's real tough, as you just mentioned. So, that may happen one time, but she's going to get a lot of points right there into the hoop.
Oh, no question about that. Three-pointer from the top of the key, no good. Rebound by Billington. She puts it up, no good. Now McMillan controls for the Lady Cardinals, who are pushing the ball now.
Fourth rebound for McMillan early on here.
McMillan with a 17-foot jumper, no good. Brown there for the rebound. She controls, puts it back up, and it's good. It's going to be hard, Jason, it looks like, for the Phillies to match up inside with the Lady Cardinals, and that gives the Lady Cardinals the luxury of not having to shoot a high percentage when you're going to control the offensive rebound.
Absolutely, and again, not to harp on it too much, but just not many second chance points for Panola too. So it's tough on both ends.
Three-pointer from the top of the key, no good. Panola's going to shoot from the three-point range, folks. That's just what Tracy Salato's teams have always done, and she always has some good shooters. Brittany Dukes to McMillan at the top. She'll put it up from three. She misses, and the rebound is controlled by Vertigamo. Vertigamo running the point for the Phillies. Three-pointer, it is in and out, no good. Rebound is controlled by the Phillies. Vertigamo with the ball over to Gurley-Ova. You got to step out on them because they aren't afraid to put up the threes because they're not shooting at a high percentage at this point. So Lady Cardinals have backed off just a little bit. There's a ball down low. Missed. McMillan tried to get the rebound, and they say it goes off with the Phillies, so it will be Trinity Valley's ball.
Hard as it is to believe, 4 of 19 right now for Panola. They haven't had a lot of shots go in, but what strikes me is so many shots here early on, and that's because of the fast pace of the game.
Oh, no question about it. And like I said, the Phillies are definitely going to try to hit from three-point range. I think they realize they're not going to make much hay inside against the Lady Cardinals. Lady Cardinals with the ball. Dukes trying to get it inside, trying to find Alicia Dunn. There's Dunn underneath, very good. Nice job. Nice job by the Lady Cardinals. That's exactly what Coach Bill Damath wants them to do when they get down there and use their height advantage that they've definitely got against the Phillies. Nice drive and points by Sherilyn Reed for the Phillies. She's from Houston, Texas, a 6-foot freshman. McMillan sets the pick. Ball over to Dukes in the corner. She's looking at the top of the key. There's Lee probing. McMillan, she's not afraid to put it up. She drives the baseline, puts it up, and air ball. Controlled by Vertigamo for the Phillies. We're at 23-14. Just under 10 minutes left in the first half. And we had a drive and a foul. This was going to be called on 32, Alicia Dunn, off the drive by Zurliova. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
You mentioned Vertigamo, one of the shorter players on the court, and of course that doesn't matter when you got a lot of heart. She's got 3 rebounds already.
Yeah, she gets good position when she's on the defensive end. But she's going to have to because, like I said, the Lady Cardinals just matching up straight up with the Phillies are going to have the advantage. Glad to have you with us today on the Cardinal Sports Network for this Region 14 doubleheader. We'll have the men's game to follow this one. Lady Cardinals 9-3 overall coming in, ranked 7th. First free throw is up and it rolls in. Waiting the second free throw, 23-15. It's up and that one's good. That one's perfect. Alicia Mitchum checks back in for the Phillies, applying pressure in the backcourt. Tawana Lee over to Gloria Brown. Now Brittany Dukes with the basketball. Lee thought about the 3, didn't pull the trigger. Dukes passes it out to White. There she is, Gloria Brown underneath for 2. Gloria Brown's going to dominate in this league this year. I fully believe that. Once she gets her basketball legs back under her, she's already got 8 points now with the Lady Cardinals up 25-16. Bargley on the drive, and she's blocked. I believe that was Marlianne Luziero with the block. And there's a drive and a good bucket by Sherilyn Reed. She became very aggressive, went on the attack, and got the bucket for the Phillies.
Pretty obvious Panola's going to try to get it where they can here, Benny. They're just, throwing stuff up and seeing what falls in.
There's Gloria Brown inside, folks. This is a very nice basketball player. That's a Lady Cardinal. She's going to be a big contributor as the Lady Cardinals try to win a 9th straight outright conference championship this year. I think she's got 10 points already early on, and we're with 8 minutes and 24 seconds still left in the first half.
And if you believe this, 7 rebounds. So she's working on a double-double, and we
in the first half.
That's right.
Yeah.
Special player.
Shot is up and no good. Rebounded and up and in. Good job that time by Zurliova on the rebound. The second shot opportunity. That's one of the few times the Phillies, have had a second shot opportunity. That's somewhere where the Lady Cardinals can really control this game is on the boards today.
7 points now for Zurliova.
Luziero puts up a shot. It's no good, but I believe she was fouled that time because Zurliova made contact. Yes, that's who the foul is on, and that's going to send Luziero to the free throw line. Of course, Luziero was a late signee by the Lady Cardinals just before school began. They got her in here, and she's going to be a key contributor as the season progresses. She is from São Luís, Brazil. She's a 6'3" freshman. We're at 28-20. One more shot. It's up and it is no good. 8-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. Fast-paced first half. Alicia Mitchum on the bucket, and I believe we have our first timeout in the game. The Lady Cardinals coach Bill Damuth has used a timeout, 30-second timeout, so definitely saw something on the defensive end that he's trying to shore up down there because the Phillies have had a couple of easy buckets in their last 2 or 3 trips.
And they dominated early, Benny. And, we're switching some players out. Coach Damuth brought in Luziero in place of McMillan. So maybe just a little bit of adjustments that need to be made right now.
Again, we have a good crowd for a Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside here in Athens, Texas. It's a little chilly, but the sun's shining. We had a little snow here yesterday, which was a nice change.
Had quite a bit of snow. None of it stuck, but it was nice to see.
Yeah, it was a good kind of snow. It's the kind that was pretty for a while, and then it was gone. Didn't have to drive in it. Well, as we return after the Lady Cardinals' 30-second timeout, Phillies are going to apply full court pressure. And it's a steal right off the bat. The press pays dividends. Three-pointer is up and no good. Green controls the rebound for the Lady Cardinals, and they're again back on the attack looking to extend their 6-point lead. Thomas on the drive, then the pitch back out to McMillan, but there's going to be a foul called before the pass. It's going to be the Lady Cardinals ball underneath. Foul was on number 5, Alicia Mitchum. That's her second foul.
Thomas coming up a little gimpy there after that play, but it looked like maybe she rolled her ankle a little bit, and she's coming out of the game now.
Yes, she is. You may be right. I think she's battled an ankle sprain earlier this year. If I recall in the game, I think she went down. But Michelle White will inbound for the Lady Cardinals. Kicks it over to Tawana Lees from the corner. Misses the three. Rebound is controlled by the Phillies. Kaylin Reyes with the rebound. Bardsley went on the attack for the Phillies, but she turned the ball over out of bounds. It's her 4th turnover for the game. Again, the Lady Cardinals have hit a little bit of a lull here as far as the scoring goes. McMillan puts up the shot, no good, from just beyond the free throw line. Lady Cardinals' shooting percentage is starting to drop just a bit. They've got to make sure that they defend on this end, however.
And a lot of that's
Gloria Brown with a great play. Oh, she anticipated the pass, made the steal, and was able to draw a foul on Katsiano Zurliova for the Phillies for a very nice play by Gloria Brown. She made that one happen all the way, Jason.
Absolutely, and just a special player. And one of the key things about that right now is a couple of their bigger players, Zurliova and, of course, Hearn is sitting on the bench. 2 of their bigger girls right now are a little bit of foul trouble here with 6:49 left to go.
You look out on the floor, and you can see the definite advantage that the Lady Cardinals have, but they got to take advantage of it because they haven't looked too good on their last couple offensive sets when they've come down.
Absolutely. Been a couple minutes now since they've scored, so they're going to want to try to end that right now.
Looks like they're trying to get the ball inside to Brown. They do. McMillan finds her. She's underneath. She scores. Very nice job. Very nice job by both post players of making the bucket happen.
Absolutely. Great look by.
And the Lady Cardinals jumped out there in the press and had forced a turnover. See, that's what the Lady Cardinals have done so well through the years, through the Landers years, through the Butke years, through the Joe Curl years, is pressure defense and scoring off of turnovers. So it's very important you get a turnover here that you put points up and suddenly you find yourself back in a double-digit lead.
Absolutely. You know it's just a matter of time before they get some of those close buckets to fall, and now they're working the ball back inside trying to get it to Brown.
They can't. Brown will dominate this game because I don't think the Phillies can match up with her in there. She's got too much athleticism and knows how to use it, and she is really starting to come into shape. Got 14 points already for Gloria Brown. She may be on her way to a big day today.
She is, yeah. And on both ends of the floor, too. She's rebounding, she's stealing the ball, and, of course, she's scoring like she always does.
Brown almost chanced getting a steal there, but she decided to back off at the last minute. And see, there's a turnover. That's an unforced turnover there. That's a 7th turnover by the Phillies, and there wasn't a lot of pressure going on there, and that's going to cause Tracy Stellato to take the timeout.
Right. Just so much pressure, it eventually wears on you. We've got about 6 minutes left in the half, and they've been facing that pressure for roughly 15 minutes with very few breaks here, and that's eventually going to start happening, Benny.
This is a full timeout by the Phillies, and there's a full slate of games going on today in the conference. The women's race today, you see Panola's course is here at Trinity Valley. Kilgore at Angelina, that's a huge game, folks, because Angelina is nationally ranked. They're unbeaten on the year. Then you got Lon Morris and San Jacinto. San Jacinto has already pulled off a big upset this year. They knocked off Kilgore last week in a game played down in Houston. Jacksonville at Tyler's a huge game today because Tyler just hasn't beaten Jacksonville in the last couple of years. I'm pretty sure about that. And then the Paris Blend game that was scheduled today has now been moved to February the 22nd. But there you have a look at the games that are going on today. You definitely want to keep your eyes on the Kilgore at Angelina game and the Jacksonville at Tyler game.
Absolutely, and certainly you look back at the preseason when the coaches picked some of their top teams in the conference, and Angelina and Tyler were right up there. So Cardinal fans, Lady Cardinal fans, I should say, will be keeping an eye on those games, keeping an eye on those scores.
And here's the conference standings going into today's action. You see the Lady Cardinals setting the pace at 2-0, but there's Angelina 11-0 on the year. They're 1-0. San Jacinto's 1-0. So you see the importance of that Kilgore-Angelina game as we get ready to resume action here at Cardinal Gym. The Lady Cardinals up by 10, 32-22. Phillies applying the pressure. Tawana Lee gets the ball over to McMillan. She gets the ball across the timeline. Green with the ball at the wing. Looking inside. They're trying to get the ball to Alicia Dunn inside. Ball goes over to Tawana Lee for three. She misses. All the Lady Cardinals missed the rebound. Had two there, had the numbers, didn't get the rebound. Phillies are pushing the ball up the floor. Leitashava on the drive and puts up the shot and misses, but is going to draw the foul.
And that might be their best chance, Benny, to get back in this game a little bit, is just to drive and try to draw some contact and take some shots from the free throw line that will not be contested.
It looks like that's what maybe Coach Tracy Stellato has told the Phillies, because they have certainly been on the attack today. First free throw is up, and it is no good.
Of course, you got to finish.
There you go. A lot of Chavos at the line for the Phillies. You got Brittany Dukes and Gloria Brown checking back in for the Lady Cardinals. I don't think Brown's going to be on the bench much today, because it's obvious that she has got a good rhythm going. She's in the zone, as athletes like to say.
Absolutely.
Second free throw, good. 32-23, pressure coming by the Phillies. Tawana Lee knocks it down, then turns the ball over. Had a steal, and a bucket is good. Nice play that time by Raven Alexander for the Phillies. Got the steal and converted it into points. They beat the Lady Cardinals at their own game in that instance. Now they've got the ball across the half court. Brittany Dukes goes on the drive. Little pass around to Gloria Brown. Brown fumbles the ball and then travels, so we have another Lady Cardinal turnover. Fifth turnover for the Lady Cardinals to this point. 4:56 left in the first half. Lady Cardinals up 32-25.
I think one of the things the Lady Cardinals are going to have to do right now, Benny, is just adjust to is getting a little bit more physical in there. Of course, Panola's getting in there and trying to take some tough shots, so they're going to have to kind of get used to that physical play and go with it.
Yeah, the Phillies have backed off on their shooting a bunch of threes once they didn't hit them, and now they're going on your right, attacking inside. Shot clock at 5. Buckets up and good. Nice job that time by Ariel Billington. She drove the baseline. The shot clock was winding down, and suddenly we're at 32-27. Tawana Lee on the drive and misses. Gloria Brown on the rebound, and on the putback is fouled. I think Tracy Stellato, the Panola coach, thought that Brown was over the bag, but that's not how it's called. It was called on Latashava for the Phillies, and that's going to send Gloria Brown to the line.
Her 8th rebound, Benny. I believe about half of those come on the offensive end.
Brown's first free throw is good. Lady Cardinals have been pretty good at free throws this year. There's been a couple of games that I've seen them play that they've struggled, but for the most part, I think that you'd have to be pretty pleased with their free throw shooting percentage this year. Second one is good. Didn't jinx her, thankfully. 34-27. Pressure by the Lady Cardinals. Alexander had the ball. Now she dishes it over to Latashava. Going on the attack, driving the baseline up and in. It's good. Going to draw the foul. Ariel Billington, number 4. Very nice down the baseline, and the foul is going to be on the Lady Cardinals. Michelle Thomas, number 10. And we're 34-27 with a free throw to come by Billington. Billington's a nice little player. She's out of Pea Ridge, Arkansas, Jason.
Pea Ridge, Arkansas. She's scrappy, and they've got a couple of girls over here right now that just a lot of intensity coming down the court, and they're, of course, like we've been talking about, driving right to the hoop now and trying to get some points, get to the free throw line.
Free throw that follows is up and no good, and it is controlled by Billington. Lady Cardinals not doing a very good job on the boards there on the free throw. Three-pointer is up, and man, that would have been a big play there for the bucket for the Phillies if they'd hit that, but Reed could not get the three-pointer to fall, and yet the Phillies do control the basketball. It goes out of bounds off the Lady Cardinals, so here's a chance for the Phillies to really cut further into the Lady Cardinal lead. It was 10 at one point. Now it's 34-29. Almost a steal by Thomas. Three-pointer is up, and it is no good. Rebounded. The Phillies controlled the rebound. That's Latashava controlling the rebound. Have a jump ball, and possession goes to the Phillies, so the Phillies still in control of the basketball.
Well, they're really starting to crash the boards, Benny. They're just kind of flying in there, and that's been their style the whole game on offense, on defense, and on the boards. They're just starting to fly in there.
There's a steal by Thomas, and then she is fouled. Foul is going to be on Levin Bardsley. And that's going to be 1-1 for the Lady Cardinals. So Thomas will go to the free throw line, shooting a 1-1. 3:45 left here in the opening half.
8th turnover of the game for Panola, Benny.
This game's about on the scoring pace that I thought it would be. I thought the Lady Cardinals, it's going to be pretty close. I thought they would take about in the 80s in this game to probably win this one because both these teams are going to get up and down the floor. I've been kind of surprised, though, that the Phillies have attacked as much as they have, but then again, I guess they had to because the three-point shots just weren't falling to start the game.
Well, and taking a lot of shots, missed a lot of shots, but they're starting to make some shots now, so that's why Trinity Valley's got to really be careful here.
Thomas makes the first free throw. Thomas is a 5'4" freshman guard out of Kenner, Louisiana. Got the second. 36-29. Pressure defense by the Lady Cardinals. Reyes controls the basketball for the Phillies. Working against Thomas. Big move. Nice power move by Lotta Shava. And the Lady Cardinals are really being hurt with Panola's decision to drive the basketball. And Millen puts up a three and drains it, but she is called for traveling, so it's a turnover. 36-31, 3:25 in the opening half.
6th turnover for Trinity Valley, and you're right, Panola is really starting to close the gap here, so Trinity Valley is going to want to try to pick it up here at the end of the half.
Yeah, Lady Cardinals have got to have a defensive stop. You've got to start making some stops add up for you. It's just not happening right now on the defensive end. But credit has to go to the Phillies, too, though. They are in an attack mode right now.
Since they went to that timeout and came out of it, they have been in attack mode, and it's been working.
Lotta Shava puts up the scoop shot from underneath, misses it, but draws a foul. It's going to be called on number 34, Marquisa McMillan for the Lady Cardinals. And that's going to send Lotta Shava to the free throw line. Bill Damath is getting a point across to one of the officials. I don't think he liked the exchange down there that time, but maybe something that wasn't called. First free throw is missed. 2:58, first half.
Panola trying to build on a 10-4 run, little mini run going on right now, but it's gotten them back in the game within 5.
Second free throw is up, and it is good. 4-point game. Luziero checks in for the Lady Cardinals. Full court pressure defense by the Phillies. Tawana Lee on the attack. Oh, she lost control of the basketball. She had her mind made up then. Looked like she was going to take it coast to coast. Get the ball down low. We got a 3-second call. That's the second time the Lady Cardinals have been hit with a 3-second call today. That's the 7th turnover as a team for the Lady Cardinals. Panola's got a real good chance here to get this thing tied up by halftime or even have the lead at the rate they're playing right now. And the Lady Cardinals struggling just a little bit on both ends.
Absolutely, and Coach Damath is making a lot of substitutions right now, trying to find the right combination, but when Panola's throwing them up like they are, I'm not sure there is a right combination. You just have to make a stop.
And we have a travel that time. Billington turned the ball over, the 9th turnover for the Phillies, and it's time that the Lady Cardinals turn some of these turnovers into points now.
There you go. Did a good job of that early. Absolutely time for that.
Got off to a fast start, but the last 8 minutes so far have not been good for the Lady Cardinals. Fall into the funk. Brown underneath, misses. Oh, you got to hit that one. That's exactly what they were trying to get, and she comes up and misses it.
Yeah. The Lady Cardinals don't have a field goal since the 6:20 mark, Benny. They do have a couple of, 4 points in free throws.
And there's another turnover by the Phillies, another traveling violation, their 10th of the half. Again, Lady Cardinals have got to find a way to convert that into points, got to make it hurt.
You have to wonder if they don't turn the ball 10 times, or turn the ball over 10 times, where would this game be right now? It might be even tighter than 4 points.
Could be. Lady Cardinals got off to that good start shooting the basketball, but then they just fallen off tremendously at this point because at one point they were up 32-22. Now we're at 36-32. Brown underneath, puts it on the ground. Misses it. Rebound up and in. The Phillies quickly bring the ball to the offensive end. There's Brown with the steal. She anticipated it. She's going to go in, have a layup. She misses the layup. Brittany Dukes with the follow-up, and she makes the bucket. Nice play by Brown, but she's got to hit the layup.
Absolutely. Going for her 20th point. That she's got 18 points here already, Benny.
Now we got a foul on the floor by Brittany Dukes, 25, on the pressure defense. That's going to send Vertigamo to the line for 1-1. Bardsley checks back in for the Phillies, number 11.
But just like that, the Lady Cardinals, that fast pace has opened the game up just a little bit more. 8 points is certainly more comfortable than 4, but that's what they can do with those turnovers. And like you were saying, turn some of those turnovers into points.
That's what you've got to do. And like you said, it is an 8-point game again. But 2 free throws to come for Vertigamo. Has the first one. Second free throw is up, and it is no good. Brown with the rebound. Lee controls the basketball for the Lady Cardinals. Green with the basketball over in the corner. Back out to Lee. She goes on the drive. Oh, tried to shove it off to Luziero, but the Phillies got a piece of it and it goes out of bounds, and there's a foul call. Billington's going to be called with the foul for the Phillies. It's going to be a 1-1 situation for Tawana Lee.
Haven't heard much from Tawana Lee since the early going, but she's trying to get something back going here.
Yeah, it's an important stage of the game here because you definitely want to go into the halftime with some momentum because, as they say, the first 5 minutes of the second half will usually kind of tell you which way the game is going to go. So you want to have a little bit of cushion going in. Lee's free throw is good. Lady Cardinals are hitting their free throws today.
They are. Benny, I've just about 4 misses here in the first half. They're certainly knocking them down.
Lee looking at the second one. Again, we'll be reminded we'll have the men's game to follow this one. Doubleheader here at Cardinal Gym today. The second free throw is good. Pressure defense being applied. Brittany Dukes. Vertigamo over to Latashava. To Billington. Oh, great block by Gloria Brown. Boy, she just rejected that shot. And the Lady Cardinals are going to get the basketball. It goes off of the Phillies, so that's a great play by Gloria Brown.
Absolutely. One of the rare times you've seen Panola try to work that left side of the lane for Trinity Valley. They've been trying to work to that right side and pass around to that right side. So great defensive play there by Brown.
Tawana Lee working from the perimeter. Kicks the ball out to Thomas. Thomas puts a 3 up. It's no good. Luziero on the rebound. Gives it to Gloria Brown, back underneath to Lazaro, up and no good, but she draws a foul on number 4, Billington. Very nice job that time of ball movement by the Lady Cardinals.
Absolutely, and Thomas had a wide open look for a 3 there, and they did a nice job rebounding that shot too.
We're 34 seconds left in the opening half. Luziero at the line, shooting 2. It's up and good. Now, it's a 10-point lead just like that, Jason. You just see the explosiveness of the Lady Cardinals when they're on their toes and they're making things happen on the defensive end.
Absolutely, and I think you agree that right now they're not playing their best game, but they've definitely gotten back into it here.
Luziero hits the second one, 44-33, 30 seconds left in the opening half. Miss by Reed. Lady Cardinals tried to control, but the ball goes out of bounds off Tawana Lee. Still going to be the Phillies ball with 20 seconds left in, the 20.7 to be exact, left here in this first half of play.
1 point in the last 3 minutes for Panola. You've seen them, they're starting to take those wild shots again, trying to get something going.
Three-pointer, long-range three-pointer put up by Alexander. Lady Cardinals control. They can take the last shot. Lee goes on the attack, and they're going to call the foul, but they're going to say it was before she left for the shot, so it should be a 1-and-1 situation. Foul was on Bardsley, number 11. No, it's going to be two-shot foul. Two-shot foul. Yeah, they have 10 team fouls. Lady Cardinals are knocking those free throws down. That's good to see. Any coach will tell you, you've got to get those points, those charity points.
Hit their last 9 free throws, as a matter of fact.
Really, 9 in a row. 45-33, 7.1 seconds. Second free throw is up, and we jinxed her. No good.
We jinxed her.
Philly's coming down for the last shot, and she's going to be, Vergamo's going to be called for double dribble. She got the ball hung up on her body and then tried to resume her dribble.
And she's done that a couple of times. You can see her just trying to move real fast, and I think sometimes she starts thinking faster than her body can move. So it's hard to fault a kid for that.
Brittany Dukes inbounds, gets a long pass down the floor for Brown, but he goes out of bounds, so that's going to give possession of the basketball to the Phillies in front of the Lady Cardinal bench, since it was not touched on the court before it went out of bounds. So 1.6 seconds is enough to get off a shot. Won't be able to do a lot with it, but they will be able to get off a shot. Alexander is going to inbounds for the Phillies. She shot the ball from out of bounds. I don't think she intended to, but it's no good, of course. And just like that, the Lady Cardinals are going to go to the halftime with a 45-33 lead. Strong start, kind of sagged in the middle, and a pretty strong finish.
They did start strong, and they finished strong, and that's kind of what you have to do. And of course, like you said, we'll see how they come out in the second half, and we'll see where this game's heading.
As we mentioned, as we got started a little bit late today, the Lady Cardinals came into today's game ranked number 7 in the nation. There you see the top 10 teams in the nation. Gulf Coast, the Lady Cardinals have lost to this year in a game that went to overtime down in Florida. And you have Salt Lake City, Jefferson, Midland. Midland always has great teams. Northwest Florida, Copiah, Lincoln, then the Lady Cardinals, Pensacola, another team that the Lady Cardinals lost to in overtime earlier this year, Walker State, and then there's Central Arizona, the defending national champion, with a 4-2 mark. They dropped a couple of games early. But that just kind of shows you what the national picture looks like as we head into the holiday break. The Lady Cardinals, of course, if they can take care of this one today, they certainly will be able to maintain their number 7 ranking at least.
Absolutely. And of course, after that tough road trip, and that was a tough road trip, it was a long road trip, and it was a road trip against some very tough teams, Benny. They bounced right back. They beat Lon Morris 88-49, and that's a big conference game. Of course, they're coming off an 85-62 win over Paris. So, I talked to Coach Damon before they took off on that road trip, and, he knew they were going to have some tough games against some tough teams, but those are the kind of games that you want to play early on and kind of find out where your team's at, and, you also get a look at some of those top competition, and you can kind of find out where you're going to need to be later on in the season when it counts.
Exactly. And the thing about the poll is, at this point in the season, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
Where it matters is come February and early March, because that's how they determine seedings for the national tournament. You want to be ranked somewhere in that top 8.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to play some of the favorites. Last couple of years, the Lady Cardinals have gone into the national tournament ranked 8th or 9th, and the 8 versus 9 game at the national tournament is traditionally the toughest opening round game, and the Lady Cardinals have discovered that in the last 2 years. But they went to the national tournament, of course, last year for a 14th time, lost their opener, and then won 3 straight in Michael Landers' final 3 games as coach, and finished 7th in the nation.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're always there. They're always going to be there, and I think people come to expect the Trinity Valley teams to be in Kansas there at that time of the season. So, again, it's good for them to get that kind of experience early on. And like you say, those polls, these coaches, they don't care about those polls at all. They might be something to talk about early on, but once the games get going, the coaches absolutely don't care about that. You can put them in.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Sports Network's presentation of Lady Cardinal basketball. We're about ready to start the second half. Lady Cardinals are up 45-33. The ball will belong to the Lady Cardinals. McMillan will inbounds for the Lady Cardinals. You see the Lady Cardinals game-by-game results so far. They're on a 5-game win streak after losing 3 on their trip to Florida. I think they're right on par where Coach Bill Damon thought they would be at this point in the season. Tawana Lee controlling for the Lady Cardinals, off to Brittany Duke. She thought about a 3, puts it back out to Lee. Lee puts up a 3 and misses. The game started with Lee hitting a 3-pointer, but she misses that one, and the ball goes out of bounds and will belong to the Phillies. In the first half, the Lady Cardinals shot 16 of 35 from the floor, were 11 of 16 from the free throw line, hitting 9 of their last 10. They were 2 of 8 from three-point range and had 8 turnovers. Gloria Brown had 18 points and 11 rebounds in the first half to lead the Lady Cardinals. Panola was 1 of 11 from three-point range in the first half, 12 of 32 from the floor, and 8 of 11 from the free throw line. The Phillies currently on the attack. And we're going to have a foul called. I believe that's going to be called on, Brittany Dukes, number 25, got called for the foul. be Panola's ball out of bounds in front of their own bench. 45-33. Lady Cardinals 9-3 coming in, have won 5 straight, 2-0 in conference. The Phillies are 6-5, 1-2 in the conference, coming into this game off a 77-74 loss to Tyler at home the other night. Gloria Brown goes for the steal, but is going to be called for the foul instead, so that will be a foul on Brown. That is her first personal foul. That's good news for the Lady Cardinals. I thought she had called one earlier in the game. No? One foul. Three-pointer up and out. Brown on the rebound. Brown had 11 boards in the first half, now has 12. Brittany Dukes with the three, misses. Brown with the rebound, going to go back up, put it up, and it will not fall. Rebound by Brittany Dukes, number 25, misses, but is fouled. 2 shots to come. Reed with the foul, number 30.
Trinity Valley would be smart to get that ball back into Brown, of course, and here they stand at the free throw line as we missed the first one. They did well at the end of the half shooting free throws, Benny, and obviously they're going to have to sink some of them in the second half to get the kind of lead they're going to be comfortable with.
Second one is good. Vertigamo controls for the Phillies. Pushing the ball down the floor, gets it inside. They kick it over into the corner for a three, and it is good. Drained by Billington. She had a nice first half, and now she starts with a three to start the second half, and suddenly we're a 10-point game again. The Lady Cardinals can't go to sleep here to start. As we mentioned, the first 5 minutes of the half are as important as any in the game.
Absolutely. One of the things you're going to count on is that they're going to take a lot of shots. So
Brown inside, puts it up, in, fouled. Nice pass by Tawana Lee. Foul is on Billington, number 4. Brown will go to the line. She's already got 20 points now, 20 points and I think 13 boards, and has a free throw to come.
She's just so good at position, Benny. She's in the right spot. She's good at tipping the ball back to herself when she's not in good position. She just seems to do a little bit of everything.
I would think that Gloria Brown will get plenty of offers as this season progresses, or plenty of looks, I should say, and somebody will make the right offer at the end of the season. Brown's free throw is up and good, and we're at 49-36. Coming up on the 18-minute mark. Bardsley controls for the Phillies. Brown goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Zervliova misses the shot for the Phillies. Now the Lady Cardinals are on the attack. McMillan with the ball, inbounds to Brown. She puts on a nice move, hits the bucket, draws another foul. Going to be another 3-point play for Gloria Brown, and the foul is on Zervliova. And I think this season we're going to be hearing Gloria Brown inside a whole lot for the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, and that foul was a little bit hard to miss. You could see her jersey pulling away as she was spinning to the hoop. So
yeah. So Brown at the line trying to complete a back-to-back 3-point play. Up and good. 52-36.
24-13 already for Brown. Just something else.
Shirley over from the top. That was blocked by Brown. Brown got a piece of that one. And Thomas is having trouble getting the ball down the floor. It rolls the Lady Cardinals' way, though. McMillan puts up the shot. Power move. Misses. Hits the bottom of the net and is controlled by Reed for the Phillies.
Oh.
And that's a turnover. Too many steps. Sherilyn Reed, number 30. You can sense, Jason, or I can sense anyway, the Phillies kind of feel what may be fixing to happen here. There's a little bit of tension amongst them because they think they sense the Lady Cardinals may be about to go off on them.
I think so, and of course, I hate to continue to go along the same path we've been talking about, but that starts with Brown and them working the ball inside to Brown, and they just cannot stop her, and I absolutely think you're right. They know what's coming, and they can't stop it.
Michelle Thomas controlling the basketball, goes up, puts up a nice shot. It misses, though. Brown on the rebound, puts up the put back, and it is fouled in the process. Phillies better have a lot of fouls to give inside because I think they're going to be seeing a lot of Gloria Brown this second half. That was Hearn. The foul was on Hearn.
3 fouls each now for Zerliovia and Hearn, so they don't have a lot of fouls to give inside with those 2 players right there. Starting to stack up on them a little bit.
Brown getting 2. First, that one misses. That was a little flat there. Caught the back of the iron and rimmed out. Brown gets the second shot. Cardinal cheerleaders on hand today, like always. We're missing the Cardettes and the Cardinal Regiment. They marched in the, oh, look at Alicia Dunn. Puts on the putback, she misses. I was saying that the Cardettes and the Cardinal Regiment marched in the Adolphus Christmas Parade this morning in Dallas like they do every year, so they're not with us today. They certainly add to the atmosphere, but we're glad to have the Cardinal cheerleaders on hand.
They've got their Santa hats on and everything.
They do, very festive. I believe Dunn's going to be called for a foul. She was going after the loose ball and kind of used her arm to make some room, and you can't do that. That's going to be her third foul. She's got 2 points and 3 fouls. Ball's going to belong to the Phillies underneath. Michelle Thomas applying pressure, token pressure. Top of the key, Reed puts up the 3, no good. Controlled by the Lady Cardinals.
Right now, once again, just
inside to Dunn. Didn't mean to step on you there, Jason.
Excuse me, I was just going to say that once again, just as the beginning of the game started, the Trinity Valley Lady Cardinals are dominating on the boards once again.
Now we've had a foul called against the Lady Cardinals, and then we've had a technical foul that's going to be assessed. We'll wait till the official walks over. Alicia Dunn, the technical foul's on 32, Alicia Dunn, so that's going to send the Phillies to the line for free throws. 16:58 left in the game, a 16-point Lady Cardinal lead. Sherlyn Reed at the free throw line for the Phillies. First one's good, second one to come.
Dunn finds herself in a little bit of foul trouble now, Benny, has 4 fouls.
Yep, sometimes you just can't let your emotions take over. Second free throw by Reed. And she makes it. We're at 52-38. Good to see several members of the Lady Cardinal softball team on hand today watching the game. It's a very exciting time for the athletic program here at Trinity Valley. We're going to be adding volleyball in the fall of 2010. Softball, of course, is in its second year. Alexander on the dribble. Working against White. Shot clock at 6. And we have a steal. Brittany Dukes with the steal. Going to go in for the layup. Misses the layup and draws the foul. Bardsley on the foul. Great play by Dukes. Missed the layup but drew the foul. Going to be shooting 2. Has Brittany been to the free throw line today?
Brittany has not been to the free throw line today.
And she makes the first one.
Excuse me, she has, right now, she's 2 of 3 right now.
2 of 3. Guard out of Shreveport, Louisiana, freshman. Second one, good. So the Lady Cardinals are in control of this game and the scoreboard. Just don't need to have a lull here on the defensive end because it's hard to imagine Panola getting enough stops to make a run at them.
Absolutely. They're on a little 8-2 run right now, and you're absolutely right, Benny. You can see they've kind of gone back to trying to get the shots where they can instead of trying to drive inside and draw those fouls.
Bardsley on the drive, dishes off to Reed, and Reed is going to be fouled. Marquisa McMillan with the foul. That's her third foul. She's got 7 points on the day. Reed's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
And as we say it, they drive back inside and try to draw the foul.
There you go. First one's up and good. It's definitely been their game today because normally you will see Panola hit upwards of 8 or 9 three-pointers in a game, and that just hasn't happened for them today.
2 of 13 today. They've struggled from the three-point line.
Second one, good. 54-40, 14-point lead. Pressure by the Phillies. Luziero is back in the game for the Lady Cardinals, helps break the press. Michelle Thomas running the point for the Lady Cardinals. looking to get the ball inside to Brown. Pretty good job of the Phillies covering it up. Now Luziero gets to the ball. Yep, she jumped. She took a little jump step there, traveling. Turnover. This is just exactly what the Lady Cardinals don't need to get into doing, because if the Phillies get stops with help of turnovers, then all of a sudden you got a ball game again, and they may start hitting those three-pointers. You've got to always know that when you play Panola. And there we have a travel that time by Alicia Mitchum. That's third turnover of the half for the Phillies. Lady Cardinals working against the press. No problem. White on the dribble. Got a 2-on-1 break. White takes it herself, misses. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds by Reed for Panola.
Lady Cards have really struggled when they've had some pretty good looks at the hoop. It's hard to fall at the second chance points because you're kind of tempted up there, but I'm sure that Bill Davis would like them to finish those shots.
Tawana Lee, three-pointer from the corner on the inbounds play, left uncovered in the corner and knocks it down. Three-pointer on the other end is going to go up and in. It finds the top of the backboard and finds its way into the three-pointers by Raven Alexander, number 25. Michelle White on the layup. Now we're turning into a track meet. Reed on the attack, puts it up, in. Not a lot of defense being played now, back and forth. Of course, the Lady Cardinals can be okay with that because they own a double-digit lead, but you know Bill Damon doesn't want to see that. Loose ball, turnover, Vertigamo with a steal. This is a easy layup, uncontested, and I think there's going to be a timeout on the floor. Yep, it is. 59-47, 14:40 left in the game. Have a full timeout taken by Coach Tracy Stellato of Panola. I'm sure she's wanting to readjust the defense that she's not seeing right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I tell you what, Sherilyn Reed right now is just doing a super job of getting Panola, but kind of back into this a little bit. She's taking some shots out there from the top of the key, and she's one of the ones anyway that will drive right down in there and try to get some points down low too. So you're kind of getting into that period that you've been talking about, Benny, where you don't want to let Panola back in the game right now if you're the Lady Cardinals, and just a lot of things aren't going right for them right now.
Cardinal cheerleaders performing now during this timeout. You see Coach Bill Damuth in the huddle talking to the Lady Cardinals on the bench. I'm sure he's wanting to know what's happened to the defense the last couple of trips. Bill, of course, is in his first year as head coach, but he's not new to the school, of course, because he spent 8 years in 2 different stints as assistant coach. First to Kurt Butke, where he was a part of 3 national championship squads, and then most recently with Michael Landers. Coming out of the timeout, a 12-point Lady Cardinal lead, 14:40 left in the game. Be the Lady Cardinals basketball. Obviously, Panola's going to come with the press. Yes, they are. You can say get back up to the floor after the timeout. Luziero to inbounds for the Lady Cardinals. Gets the ball to Gloria Brown. Brown looking for the guard, finds her. Michelle Thomas. Double team. Finds Lee down low and is rejected. A very nice block that time by Hearn for the Phillies, and they're on the run. And a nice save by Michelle Thomas.
Great play right there on the baseline.
Carlita Green outwards to Tawana Lee. Lazaro puts it up and in. Good. Luziero. Coach Damos says she's really coming on, and he thinks by the end of the season it's going to be a very nice player for him. A three-pointer on the other end is no good, but the Phillies control the rebound. 61-47. Another three-pointer. Reed from the top, no good. Luziero controls the rebound. And Michelle Thomas is moving the ball up the floor for the Lady Cardinals, slowing the pace down just a little bit. Been a fast pace for the last 4 or 5 minutes. Tawana Lee from 3, nailed it. I know she's got at least 3 today, doesn't she, Jason? 3-pointers?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she's
64-47, 13:30 left in the game.
12 points for Lee.
Nice baseline drive by Reed, but she couldn't finish, and the ball belongs to the Lady Cardinals. Michelle Thomas on the control. Lee probing, back out to Thomas. Thomas from three at the top, no good. Luciero can't get the rebound, but Hearn does for the Phillies, and the Phillies on the move. Reed working against Gloria Brown. She puts it up, misses. Luciero on the rebound.
Panola's missed their last 4 shots now. They had hit 3 of their last 4.
Tawana Lee from 3. Yes, nailed it. They had better not leave Tawana Lee uncovered because she has found the zone, and Bill Damath is using a timeout for the Lady Cardinals, who suddenly have exploded to a 20-point lead, 67-47, with 12:44 left in the opening half.
That's 15 for Lee. She's hit those threes right here back to back in the second half to push this thing to 20. I mean, it's just amazing how fast the Lady Cardinals can make a game that's 8-10 points quickly into 20.
You look at the Lady Cardinals game-by-game results as we had up earlier, Jason. Of course, they're coming off that 85-62 win over Paris on the road. The Lady Cardinals are looking to go 3-0 in conference play, and this is their last conference game before the holiday break. They've got a non-conference game at home against Weatherford Monday at 5:30, and we see a couple of weeks ago they beat Weatherford on the road 73-60. Weatherford was ranked in the top 25 when the season began, but has since fallen out. But it's very important Lady Cardinals get to 3-0 at the break, because then you come back and then the long run begins for hopefully another national tournament.
Absolutely. And again, we reference back to those preseason media days. Those coaches talked about that period right there in January is when they really start to hone their focus in. And of course, that's when it's going to really start counting tough. These conference games count, obviously, but you want to start playing your best basketball later as the season goes on.
Kurt Butke used to always tell me, Michael Landers has always told me, and Bill Damath has already told me, you don't want to be playing your best basketball in November and December. It's all about February and March. We've seen so many teams in this league before have great Novembers and great Decembers, and then we're nowhere to be found come January and February because they peak too soon. Kurt Butke was great at getting a team to peak at the right time, as was Michael Landers, and I have no doubt that Bill Damath will too, because he coached with both of those great coaches here at Trinity Valley. Panola with the ball, down 20, needs a lot of stops on the defensive end, got to make something happen on the offensive end. Zerla Vialvo puts the shot up, misses. Lady Cardinals are on the attack. Brittany Dukes drives baseline. Back over to McMillan. Michelle White drives. It's blocked and rejected by Zerla Vialvo, but no foul called, but the ball goes out of bounds off of Panola, so it belongs to the Lady Cardinals. Lady Cardinals, and we're going to have a foul called on Ladishava for the Phillies. She's been kind of quiet since early in the game. Certainly didn't want to make any noise with the foul, but that's what happened then as she cut off the baseline and was called for a foul. That's good to see this Saturday afternoon crowd here. This is a big Christmas weekend here in Athens, because later today will be the annual Athens Christmas Parade, and then tomorrow afternoon at 3 will be the annual TVCC Christmas concert at Dogwood Baptist Church at 3 o'clock. And on that, folks, if you're going to go to that, we'll be reminded that there will be a bus shuttle service from the college down to the church, because parking is limited at the church. So that shuttle is going to start taking off in front of the administration building at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So if you want to go to the Christmas concert but don't want to fight the traffic, that's the route to go. Tawana Lee with the basketball, working against Bardsley. Kicks it out to Dukes. Dukes to McMillan at the top. She's not shy about shooting as she knocks down the three. Marquisa McMillan will never be accused of being shy about putting the ball up with her 6'1" frame out top, will she, Jason?
Absolutely not.
And now gets a steal.
4 of their last 6 shots have been from three-point range, and they've nailed them all.
We're at 70-47 in this blowout city at this point. Shot goes up by Lee, is no good. Bardsley with the basketball for the Phillies, and now there's another steal. McMillan forced a steal. Lee, I guess, gets credit for it, but Lady Cardinals have the basketball. Probably going to slow things down just a tad, not much, just a tad. Going to look for a really good inside shot. Looks like they're going to try to get the bottom of McMillan inside. No, Lee's going to drive baseline, dishes it across to Brittany Dukes for the three, and she nails it. Whoa! Lady Cardinals are hot here in the second half, no doubt about it. They are putting on a show. It is 73-47. Gloria Brown goes for the steal, but it's going to be called for the foul.
And this has got to be the kind of run that Tracy Salata was probably afraid of for Panola, that Trinity Valley would catch fire like this. I don't know if anybody could predict they'd catch fire like this, but wow, it is just really impressive show.
Well, that's just what the Lady Cardinals have done through the years, is they get you here at Cardinal Gym, and man, when they smell that blood in the water, they go for it, and they get these lopsided wins. But there's almost a steal by Michelle Thomas. The three-pointer by Vertigamo is no good, and the rebound finally comes down to Gloria Brown and is going to turn it over. She tried to outlet the ball to Brittany Dukes. Brittany wasn't quite ready for it, so it goes out of bounds, and I think that's probably a turnover that Bill Damath will excuse him for, because it was a hustling trying to get the ball down the floor.
Absolutely. Trinity Valley 5 of 8 from three-point range right now, Benny.
Wow.
Their last 4 shots have been from three-point range.
Reed with the basketball over to Bardsley. She puts up the three. It is no good. Brown tried to get the rebound but couldn't control it, so the ball stays with Panola. Over to Bardsley. Back to Hearn. Back to Vertigamo. Billington with the ball, feeds it inside to Hearn. Hearn up, no good. Rebound, Brown. Brown says, I won't be losing this one. She grabbed that one and controlled it all the way.
Brown gave her a little space, but that gave her room to get the rebound.
Michelle Thomas with the ball. Gets it over to McMillan. You better stay on her if you don't want her to shoot it. Brown inside, got it. Got it. Not much fight left in the Phillies at this point, it doesn't appear.
Yeah, and you can see they're kind of getting a little bit winded too. Just don't have the depth at bench that Trinity Valley Lady Cardinals have. You're absolutely right. You're seeing that now.
75-47. 9.5 minutes left in the game. Vertigamo on the drive, loses the ball. Be reminded that at halftime of the men's game, we will have Lady Cardinal coach Bill Damath as our guest. So he'll be joining us at halftime of the men's game. So any of you Lady Cardinal fans that want to hear Coach Damath will stick around for the halftime of the men's game.
Lady Cards on a 16-0 run right now, Benny.
And they just beat the press, and they're going to make them pay with a Brittany Dukes layup. Very nice job. Yeah, the Phillies have pretty much lost their interest in this game. Not quitting, but just haven't got the same amount of interest. Billington puts up a three-pointer that is no good. Controlled by the Lady Cardinals. Now the Lady Cardinals are going to slow things down just a tad. Work on their half-court game.
Just the wrong time. Panola's missed their last 9 shots at the same time. Trinity Valley goes on that 18-0 run.
That's lethal, yeah. McMillan on the drive, almost loses the ball, flips it back to Dukes at the top. I think she had her foot on the line. It was not a three-pointer, it was a 2, but she missed it anyway. Panola with the ball. Billings puts up a 3. Got it. Got a nice bounce, and we have a timeout by Panola coach Tracy Stellato.
Panola really needed that, Benny, and of course there is a large gap now for them to overcome, but it's hard enough to play with Trinity Valley when you're going to have to trade baskets. Certainly when you're not trading baskets, then it's going to be even tougher.
There again, Jason, look at the women's schedule today, and we talked about earlier that Kilgore-Angelina game is huge. Should be getting some of those scores in here at some point, I would think. I can tell you that in the Heart of Texas Bowl today, Navarro was up 20-10 in the second quarter. A lot of fans be interested in that. But there are some key games today on the women's side. Kilgore-Angelina's big, and Jacksonville Tyler is big. Of course, the Paris Blend game we said earlier has been moved to February. But just a big day on the women's front, and then, of course, we'll talk about the men as we get to the men's game later on today.
Schedule's a little fortunate for Trinity Valley in a way, I guess, Benny, also because they won't see an Angelina or a Tyler, obviously, until after the break. Gives them a little more time to kind of work on the team and kind of work on some of the things they want to look at before they hit some of those tougher teams.
You're right, and here's the thing about the Lady Cardinal schedule. We haven't looked too far ahead of it, but there's about a 16-day period in there where the Lady Cardinals catch Angelina, Tyler, and Kilgore all in a matter of days, and they play Tyler twice in about 16 days. So that's why it's so important to win all these games early on, because you know that stretch is coming. And as good as the Lady Cardinals are, and as great as I think they have a chance to be, you've always got to get every game you're supposed to get, and there's no excuse for ever losing at home.
Absolutely, absolutely. You never want to look back at a game you could have won, and it was the one that hurt you.
Back to play. Panola pressing after the timeout by the Lady Cardinals. Tracy Salato called that last timeout. Brittany Dukes over to Carlita Green. Thought about a three. Didn't pull the trigger. Michelle Thomas over to Brittany Dukes. She puts up a three and misses. But there for the rebound is McMillan. Tries to put it back up. Is blocked. And the Phillies have the basketball. Billington puts up a three for Panola. She misses, and a great job by Carlita Green. Good hustling rebound that time by Green, coming from nowhere to get the rebound. Michelle Thomas puts up the three, and she drains it. And it is just target practice now for the Lady Cardinals from three-point range.
Absolutely. They're just on fire, Benny. You just cannot stop them right now.
80-50 is our score. We've got a 30-point game all of a sudden. Oh, great steal of anticipation of Michelle Thomas. Goes in for the easy layup, and that's just like taking candy from a baby right there.
Yeah, and not much you can do if you're Coach Stellato right now. You just came out of a timeout, and this is just what Trinity Valley does.
Billington with the basketball, looking to go inside. Now goes on the drive against Thomas, puts it up, draws a foul from Thomas. She had her beat, and Thomas kind of gambled a little bit there and picked up the foul. That's going to send Billington to the line to shoot two.
3 points in the last 7 minutes for Panola and a 23-3 run by Trinity Valley.
Yeah, you can't. You're never going to make any kind of hay doing that. First free throw is up, and it's no good. I think that's the second time I've used making hay today. You know where I got that from?
Where's that?
Leon Spencer, the legendary Cardinal men's coach. He used to always say, you got to make some hay or got to put the hay in the barn. Second one goes down. Lady Cardinals controlling the basketball, 82-51. McMillan's going to put up that three. You leave her uncovered, it's going up. She misses it, but the rebound is there by Dukes. Dukes has had a nice game today.
She has a nice game all around.
McMillan, nice pass off to Dukes. Dukes goes up and is blocked. He goes out of bounds. The ball is going to stay with the Lady Cardinals.
McMillan has had a nice game. They're just quite a few Lady Cardinals. In the way that they sub players in and out, you're going to see that. But several of these players have just done a great job and an all-around great job, too. If it's Thomas stealing the ball or McMillan shooting the ball, rebounding the ball, and, of course, Gloria Brown.
Carlita Green with a three-pointer misses. Rebound goes to Hearn for the Phillies. Largely on the attack for the Phillies. Puts up the three. No good. Controlled by the Lady Cardinals. Green. She's trapped in the corner, and Green saying she was held, but the officials didn't blow that whistle. I don't think they're going to blow too many whistles at this point in a lopsided game unless it's just blood let out there. Thomas with the basketball. Has no trouble beating the press. Dishes it off to Green for the layup. It's good. 84-51. Still 6 minutes left in this one. Vertigamo with the basketball for the Phillies. Three-pointer Reyes puts that up and was way off on that one. Got a nice save, though, by Reyes. She followed, got the ball, and knocked it off Alicia Dunn, and is going to retain possession for the Phillies. Very nice job hustling after missing the three-pointer.
I think one of the things you're seeing, Benny, is obviously just some of the legs, and that's not to say they're not conditioned in Panola there, but, you're just having a hard time keeping with that press, and as soon as they break it, it's usually a 2-on-1 situation, and, of course, you're not going to make much hay that way either.
Foul is going to be called on Michelle Thomas of the Lady Cardinals. First free throw is good by Bergamo. Misses the second. Gloria Brown with the rebound. Thomas controlling the ball for the Lady Cardinals. Alicia Dunn, power move, foul by Hearn, number 50. Alicia Dunn's another player, Jason. I think that as the season progresses, that it's really going to become more aggressive and a more of a player inside for the Lady Cardinals. If you add her with Gloria Brown, that's going to be a pretty good 1-2 punch right there.
You bet Luziero, too, I think factors into that, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Three tough players right there that can really bang inside for you.
Dunn makes the first free throw. And we haven't even mentioned that two of the Lady Cardinals' top players are already lost for the season to knee injuries. They lost Dario Gaynor in preseason workouts, a transfer from Oregon State. And then on the trip to Florida, they lost Janae Barrett from Canada, and they were easily two of the top players for the Lady Cardinals. So you can only imagine how much better this team would be without them, but you can't take anything away from these kids that are out there today. Inside pass to Brown, puts it up, got it. Folks, you got to see Gloria Brown play in person sometime, because when she is on, she is going to be tough to handle by anybody in this conference. Had a layup by Sherilyn Reed, and we have a timeout by Tracy Salado of Panola. I tell you who Brown reminds me a lot of is Jasmine Nelson, who played the last 2 years for the Lady Cardinals as far as their play inside. But I believe Gloria's got a little bit better shooting touch from close range than maybe Jasmine did. But Gloria Brown is just a great player. I mean, she's the best I've seen so far in this league. And granted, we're early on, but I can't imagine anybody having too many like her.
Well, you could see on that last little left-handed hook shot, it almost, she just saw that she didn't have a way to spin to the right. So, almost no problem there, just going to her left, throwing a little hook up, and, no, just a little bit of adjustment there, and she's in the hoop again. 28 points for her tonight.
Right. See the Lady Cardinals leaving after the timeout. Bill Damath will be with us at halftime of the men's game, going to visit with us about this game and about what's ahead for the Lady Cardinals. So we know you want to look forward to that. Gloria Brown going to inbounds for the Lady Cardinals. Tawana Lee controlling, working against pressure. Great job that time by Vergamo. And Bardsley puts in the rebound, the layup, I'm sorry. But a great play that time of Vergamo.
Yeah,
Got the steal, dished it off to Bardsley.
Tawana tried to go behind her back there like she's been doing and just kind of lost the handle.
Carlita Green, down to Brown. Brown with a move. Too many steps. You can be 3 seconds in the lane, my bad. You can be a great player, but they still aren't going to let you stand in the lane for longer than 3 seconds unless you're Michael Jordan or Larry Bird.
I tell you what, she's working on a huge game right here. Well, she's been working on 28 points, and she's looking. Her next rebound will be her 20th rebound of this game.
Wow, it's a killer game. Got a foul on Tawana Lee. It's going to send Bardsley to the line. Shooting 2. 4:59 left in the game, 87-56. Hasn't been a game for a long time. First one's up and good.
Panola has just done everything I think that they can, Benny. It's just hard to keep up with this high-powered offense for Trinity Valley.
No doubt. Dunn with the rebound on the missed free throw. Green pushing the basketball. Oh, nice job. Oh, Brown missed that one. But that was a nice job pass to her that time. Vergamo. Bardsley with the pass from. Now we got a foul called. Tawana Lee called for holding.
She didn't think so.
No. Now we have a timeout on the floor being called by Bill Damath and the Lady Cardinals. So remind you that we're going to have the men's game coming up. It'll follow approximately 20 minutes after the ladies' game ends. We'll step away for a few minutes and be back for a pregame show. It's a full timeout by the Lady Cardinals, who will have the men's game, and then we'll have Bill Damuth joining us at halftime of the women's game, and then immediately after the men's game, one of the Cardinal coaches, either Guy Furr or head coach Pat Smith, are going to step up and join us real quick on our post-game show, so have that to look forward to. We'll also tell you that the next broadcast by the Cardinal Sports Network of a Lady Cardinal game will be on Saturday, January the 30th against Blinn at 7 p.m. The next broadcast of a men's game will be at Wednesday, January the 27th at 7 p.m. against Lee College. So we'll take the holiday break, get the season started, and then we will have some webcasts for you as we get into February. We've got about 6 different dates for you counting today, and we'll look forward to bringing those games to you. Resuming play after the Lady Cardinal timeout, Bardsley at the line for a free throw. It's good. Another one to follow. 87-58. Marlianne Luziero checks in for Gloria Brown. A very nice game for Brown. If she doesn't return, I guarantee you she's earned what the fans are giving her now, a nice round of applause, because that's been a great basketball game by the young lady. Bardsley hits the second one. Tawana Lee working against the press. Vertigamo with the steal, and she's going to be fouled by Alicia Dunn. I think that's going to be 5 on Dunn, isn't it, Jason?
Yes. Yeah, that is 5 on Dunn.
So she's done.
She's done.
Okay.
Dunn is done.
One of us had to say that. In a 30-point game, one of us had to say that.
I'm glad you did.
Vertigamo at the free throw line. 4:28 left. It's good.
11 of 13 at the free throw line in the second half for Panola. That's been one bright spot for them.
And that's been the bulk of their scoring, too. Second one's good. The Lady Cardinals got to be careful. They don't want to just get sloppy and let this one finish up with a bad taste in their mouth, because they got to going so good there midway through the second half, and they don't want to do anything. Oh, nice job. Oh, my goodness. Tawana Lee with a very nice drive, drew the foul, hit the bucket, is going to get a free throw. Just a great job. You can just see the Lady Cardinal guards as the season has progressed, gotten better and better. I know in visiting with Bill Damuth back in early workouts in September, he thought that the guard play might be a weakness as the season got underway, but boy, it just hasn't been. The guards have really exceeded, I think, his early season expectations.
She just had 6 points in the first half, but she's got 17 now. She's had a great second half.
Reyes puts up the three. She nails it, and see, just like that, I mean, suddenly it's 83-64. And now then you got the Phillies back up on their toes, playing a little harder now. White with the three, misses it, rebounded by Reyes. So you just don't want to leave. You don't want to win this game by double digits, and yet it be a bad taste in your mouth because you didn't finish it. That's for sure. Any coach will tell you that.
And not many programs hold themselves to that high of a standard, but that is certainly the standard here at Trinity Valley.
Nice job of inside defense by Luziero. There's a three-pointer put up and no good. They let rebound get away, and the Phillies control. Vertigamo on the drive, nails it. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're just giving up layups late in the game. You can't be doing that. But it gives something to give Bill Damuth something that he can get their attention with after this game.
12-2 run for the Phillies right now.
Yeah, they've knocked some off the lead for sure, because he got up to 30. Tawana Lee, Lady Cardinals have definitely slowed it down. Passed up on the drive. Not that time though, puts it up, misses, and rebounded by Hearn for the Phillies. Just over 2 minutes left in the game. Vertigamo with the basketball for the Phillies. Cross court to Reyes. She goes on the drive. Blocked. Lady Cardinals control.
Really slowing things down now. They're kind of winding down. You can see that.
Yep.
And they've earned a break.
Turnover. That's an unforced error there.
Just kind of got her palm on the ball and rolled it right down her foot.
Oh, nice play from McMillan. Then they find underneath, they find Reed, and she hits it. Now we have a timeout called. 30-second timeout by Panola. I think it's our last timeout.
And 16 points for Reed now. That's high point for the Phillies. She's done a good job. She's done a good job shooting out top and, of course, driving to the hoop.
And you got a 21-point game with just under 2 minutes left. It's like we talked. It sure looked like far more impressive when it was up around 30 if you finish it off. But they're kids. They lose. They lose their intensity after you get up so much. But that's one thing. As I think back through the years of Lady Cardinal basketball, I think that what makes me appreciate Michael Lander's 2014 and Kurt Butke's 1999 team, both of them that went 36-0. Those teams had killer instinct, and they didn't care if they were up 30 with 5 minutes to go. If they could beat you 50, they were going to do it. And that's just something. That's why those teams were special, is because they knew how to finish games. Lady Cardinals working against the press. Michelle Thomas to Green. Green goes on the drive. Oh, nice no-look pass to Carly-Ann Luciero for a layup. Very nice job. Now, that was worth staying for if you're still here, I guarantee you. Very nice job. Three-pointer up and out. Rebound control.
She just knew where she was
Tarjay
at.
Ashmead with the rebound.
Yeah, I was just saying, she just knew where she was at, Benny. Obviously, she was driving and was waiting for that defender to peel off, and boy, right there.
That was nice. That was the nicest pass we've seen today.
Really nice.
Michelle Thomas on the attack, puts up the shot, misses. Ashmead tries to grab the rebound, doesn't. Vertigamo controls for the Phillies. 1 minute left in the game, right at the 1 minute mark. Now we're under a minute. 91-68, drive, good. Sherilyn Reed on the drive. Michelle Thomas working against Ladashava. Pass goes inside to Luciero. And she is fouled. Lost control of the ball, but got a break as she drew a foul. Ladashava with the foul. That's going to send Luciero to the line. It's going to be a 1-and-1. It's up. Good. She's had a nice game today. She hasn't seen as many minutes as some of the other players, but when she's been in there, she's contributed today.
Her 8th point right there.
Got 9. Has a chance for double figures, although the Lady Cardinals aren't much unscored once the shot clock runs down for the final 30 seconds. Panola with the basketball. The Lady Cardinals are going to go to 10-3 on the year, protect their number 7 national ranking, go to 3-0 in conference play. This is their last conference game before the holiday break. They play at home Monday night against Weatherford in a non-conference game. That starts at 5:30 here at Cardinal Gym. Then they'll be finished until after the first of the year. 13 seconds left. I would just imagine the Lady Cardinals will just kill this remaining time. 93-70. What they're going to do. Michael Lander's teams always did this. Bill Damon's teams are doing this. That's going to be the ball game, and the Lady Cardinals are going to take a 93-70 win over the Panola Phillies. The Phillies are going to drop to 6-6 on the year, 1-3 in the conference. As we mentioned, the Lady Cardinals go to 10-3 overall and 3-0 in the conference. They'll be at home Monday night at 5:30 here at Cardinal Gym playing Weatherford. But a very nice win for the Lady Cardinals. I think, Jason, we're not picking a player of the game, and it would be hard to pick anybody other than Gloria Brown if we were.
She certainly played a huge role in the game. I don't think you can deny that. It's hard to pick one when you've got so many well-rounded players, but she absolutely dominated this game, and they just had no answer for her today.
No, it was certainly a mismatch, but it